Welcome everyone to another weekly energy reading. My name is Stef and I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. What I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to help them to do very deep levels of healing of inner work to powerfully align with who they truly are. And as a result of this greater soul alignment, they're then able to create their greatest level of success in life as well as in business. Now, every Tuesday, I upload my weekly energy readings here to YouTube, and I usually do them on Mondays on my Facebook business page. However, that was not possible this week because yesterday was my cousin's birthday, and long story short there, it just wasn't able to get done. So I'm recording this from the house and uploading it to YouTube on Tuesdays. So if you're a viewer that normally watches on Facebook, thank you so much for still coming to YouTube and catching this weekly energy reading. If you want to connect with me, stay in touch with me, you're more than welcome to go to the links in the description of this video to find me on Instagram and Facebook, and also join my Facebook community if you'd like. The links to that are in the description of this video. So without further delay, let's get into today's weekly energy reading. So this is for the week of September 28th, 2020 through October 4th, 2020. But if for whatever reason you are stumbling upon this video in the future, then there's probably a message here for you that you need to listen and that I really hope serves you, because you are guided to whatever you're guided to for a specific reason. Spirit talks to us in these ways sometimes. So let me read out to you what I wrote out, because I channel write a lot of times with my guides to make sure I have it written down and I can reread it when I need it and remember for myself. So I'll just go ahead and read that out and then give further additional interpretations or messages that come through, okay? But what I got is that there are several things that I was to communicate in today's weekly energy reading, okay? Now the first is that they call this a very auspicious time. I don't even know what auspicious means anymore. I have to Google that, but whatever that means, okay? It's an auspicious time. And yeah, because this week is the start of a new month, which means that it holds the energy as well of creation inside of it. So typically these first weeks of the month or the first days of the month are full of energy of new beginnings, intentions, looking ahead to what the future holds. So what they wanted me to remind everyone who's watching today is that apart from setting maybe the normal intentions that you set out for this month at the start of the month, I know to my community, I always encourage them and remind them to make sure that they set their intentions for the month so that they deliberately create their realities. So apart from the normal intentions that you might be in the habit of setting every month, it's really important that for anyone watching this, receiving this message today, that you set intentions for spiritual growth, for connecting more deeply to who you truly are, okay? Let that be part of your intentions if that isn't already part of your intentions. Because what they said is that, what would you like to achieve in this regard in terms of your spiritual growth, in terms of connecting to who you truly are? How would you like to feel by the end of the month in regards to your spirituality? What would you like to believe more deeply inside of you? What would you like to know more deeply inside of you in regards to your spirituality or your connection to who you truly are? What is it that you would like to achieve in terms of a greater spiritual connection maybe, okay? So what they said is that so often intentions in regards to spiritual growth or spirituality in general get shoved to the wayside, because most people are generally focused on the physical, mental, emotional manifestations or intentions or desires, right? We're usually focused on more of those goals that we want to see externally manifested in order to show us that we're moving forward, or we want to maybe look a certain way physically, or change certain thought patterns or beliefs or emotional states. But sometimes we kind of forget to set those intentions in regards to our spiritual growth, our spirituality. And so that's what they're really reminding us for this month, that it's important to do, especially for this week, the first week of October, right, that we're about to step into. So what they said as well is that, most people just want to achieve things in regards to personal growth and development, not realizing that spiritual development and spiritual growth is just as important and more important in certain cases than in others, okay? So they want me to invite everyone to partake in setting these kinds of intentions as part of their actions for this week. And that is the first assignment that you have for yourself. And I'll be honest, I don't set these spiritual intentions. I set them maybe at the start of the week in my Facebook community, where we set intentions on Mondays, and that's one of the things that we can do. And I usually set my intention for what I want to feel or embrace more of or whatever for the week, but I don't necessarily set spiritual intentions. So this is also an assignment for myself that I need to work on as well. So that is something I'm going to embrace this week as well, and I encourage you to do so as well. And the next thing that they want me to, and I really feel like I need to speak to this, is that October is usually a very spiritual month. And we'll probably go more into this in the October energy reading. So if you're watching on YouTube, I really recommend that you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button, change your settings to all so that you never miss out on a notification from my channel. But I will be uploading the October energy reading tomorrow to my channel. So I'm going to record that right after this one, and you'll see it tomorrow. And so what I wanted to mention, all of that, with all of that, was that October is like a very like spiritual month in a sense. When we think about like Halloween or certain, I guess, holidays connected to witchy traditions, that kind of stuff, spiritual traditions. I don't know a whole lot about other religions and things, but yeah, there's a lot of energy, spirit energy around during this time as well. So that's probably one of the reasons as well why we're being reminded to set these intentions in terms of our spirituality and our spiritual growth. And I know that the first time that I felt such a deep connection from the spirit realm, and I really was so deeply validated around my channeling, was on October 31st, 2017, Halloween, because I remember that was the first time that I channeled verbally with my guides, and I was struggling with something in that moment so intensely, struggling to see the light in all of that. Like, I don't know, it was just a difficult moment in that moment, and I asked for guidance, and all of a sudden I just felt pulled to verbally channel, and I started channeling, and what just came through me was from the divine, because it was an explanation, it was guidance that was helping me to see my challenge in a completely different light. And it really helped me to release the struggle that I felt in that moment, and really helped me to understand like, oh, the greater meaning behind it and all this other stuff. And I was like, whoa, like that was definitely not me. Because I was like struggling, trying to figure this out and understanding this and feeling frustrated and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden this divine, explanation came through and helped me to have so much more love and acceptance and all this other stuff. And I was able to move forward from there. So it's a very special month. There's like a very thin veil in October. So that's, I feel, part of the reason also with what we would like to, why we're being encouraged to set our intentions in terms of our spiritual growth and development, especially if maybe you want to develop your psychic abilities and that kind of stuff. Like, this is a very powerful month to really have a deeper connection to spirit, and setting your intentions is part of you being able to achieve that, right? So yay. So that's what I felt called to speak on there. Let me know how excited you are about deepening your spiritual connection in the comments below this video, and whether you maybe normally set intentions every month in regards to your spirituality, in regards to your spiritual growth, or not. Maybe that's something that you're going to start incorporating moving forward, and I think that's what I'm going to have to maybe do moving forward as well, set those kinds of intentions too. Okay. The next thing that they wanted me to mention for this week is this is a week for transformation. Okay, now this energy this week carries an energy of transformation, because that's kind of what we were going through last week as well. If you caught my weekly energy reading last week, the reading last week was all around transcendence. It was like moving beyond something. It was letting it go, leaving it, just moving forward, and some of that kind of transcendence, transformation type energy is present this week as well. And this transformation energy is also connected to these intentions that we're being asked to set in terms of our spiritual growth, our spirituality. So that's where the transformation energy is connected, okay? And what they said is that the intentions that you set for greater spiritual growth or transformation, spiritual growth and spiritual development, that kind of stuff, and transformation, will set into motion certain events in your life that will be transformed or that will transform you in some kind of way, okay? So there's going to be some kind of transformation happening this week. It depends from person to person, but in terms of like what's going on in your life, maybe certain situations that you have been wanting to change for a while are finally going to transform and change in some kind of way this week. Or certain events that happen in your day-to-day this week are going to transform you and create these powerful internal transformations, right? So there's going to be some certain level of transformation going on this week for everyone to be aware of, okay? And I've already like started feeling it. Like there are certain things showing up for me today that are showing me that certain things in my life are being transformed for the better. So I'm just like, oh, I see it's happening. So be sure to see how you're noticing that in your life maybe already. Are certain things that you've been wanting to shift already beginning to shift? Are they changing? And what I want to point out there as well is that transformation isn't necessarily easy. So sometimes part of that transformation is you don't know exactly what the end result is going to look like, how it's going to show up or manifest in the end. But you just have to start taking those steps in that process of transformation, right? And allow yourself to move along in that process. So don't hold the transformation that is maybe trying to come into your life or wanting to be expressed through you. Don't hold it back in any kind of way just because you can't see the end result yet, or you don't know what it's going to look like on the other side or whatever it is. Like, you have to step into that. You have to know that whatever you're transforming into is going to be better than where you are right now, even if it takes you out of your comfort zone, even if it's in the unknown, even if whatever it is. You know, you have to know that this is just the process of life. This is just part of life. Change is constant. So embrace the transformation, step into it, move forward with these things, allow yourself to be transformed rather than keep yourself where you've been. Because if you keep yourself where you've been, you don't transform internally. You don't allow things externally to be transformed because of whatever reasons. There's fear, there's the need to control, whatever's going on there that is trying to hold back that transformation. All you're going to do is just keep getting more of what you've been getting. So that's, you know, something that we want to learn to shift out of, because maybe what you've been getting you don't like. So the only way to change that is to allow it to be transformed into something better. And sometimes that process of transformation is a bit messy, it's a bit unclear, it's, you know, all of these things, but we have to embrace it and allow ourselves to go through it and allow that to be part of the process. And maybe life is pretty good for you right now. You don't necessarily want to be transformed, but things can always get even better. So if you hold yourself back from that transformation and whatever levels it's presenting itself in your life this week, then you are holding yourself back from the opportunity of experiencing even more amazingness, you know, because you're maybe holding back and keeping yourself at, oh, this is good enough, this is good, I'm comfortable here, I can't complain, you know. You're holding yourself back in that place. So you're not really fully living your life and flowing, okay? So that's the second thing that they wanted me to speak to in regards to the energy for this week, okay? So there's some kind of releasing of this energy this week going on that's gonna be connected to transformation. And they said it's almost as if something is going to be lifted up off of you and make you feel anew in some way, okay? Which is really interesting, because I actually had a friend on Facebook recently come out with their, I think, sexual identity. I don't really know what to call that stuff because I'm not the most informed person when it comes to these things. I am gonna work on that. But they came out, and it's like this thing got lifted off of them, you know, hiding in the closet and stuff. So it's already happening. So maybe you're feeling the transformation in some kind of way. I'm feeling the transformation in regards to like physical things, my physical reality. So everyone's going to be different, okay? And then what did they say? Yeah, so this week will also be an opportunity for you to demonstrate your transformation as well. So this theme of transformation is going to be different for everyone. Okay, something in your life might be transforming. You might experience inner transformation as a result of events and things that happen in your life, or this week might present you with opportunities to demonstrate that you're transformed, that you're a different person, that you think this way now, that you are this way now. So transformation is going to show up this week in some way, shape, or form. And if this week is a week for you to demonstrate your transformation, then do your best to show up as this highest version of yourself in all that you do, okay? And then the last thing that they wanted me to mention, that I channel wrote yesterday, was all around how there's going to be a theme of self-love this week, okay? So there's probably like heart chakra healing happening. And this week, you're going to be given opportunities to transform self-hatred, loathing, disempowerment, etc., whatever keeps you from being out of alignment with you, which now makes sense with what my friend is going through. So, all of these things, these issues with yourself, this is an opportunity this week to transform that into greater self-love and acceptance, and to really just witness your greater self-love and transformation as you see that maybe showing up differently, you no longer respond a certain way, react a certain way, think in old ways that you used to, etc., right? Because you have this greater self-love and self-acceptance in you. So that is what I channel wrote yesterday in regards to what's going to show up this week, but also what they want me to mention that I asked before I started, recording this message today, and also I'm hearing it right now, is that there's also going to be a theme this week of being in your power, okay? So recognize maybe where you're not fully being in your power, where you're allowing fear to get the best of you, where you're allowing limiting beliefs and doubts to put you back into old patterns or make you think that certain things aren't possible, or that you're not fully in your power because you're not fully expressing your true authentic self. You're instead keeping yourself small for whatever other reasons. And so really step into your power and rise up and show up as this amazing you. And so how this power theme can come into play is like in your demonstration of your personal transformation. Like you gotta, show up as this transformed person, the version of yourself, and be in your power around that and just show up like a boss and do things from this space because you got this, or with the theme of self-love and stuff, it's about maybe you have this habit of constantly being hard on yourself or judging yourself, and it's really maybe an opportunity for you to step into your power and to shift that toxic behavior, that difficult behavior, and to align yourself with your truth, that you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are deserving, all the good things that you want to say to yourself that you feel called to affirm and to shift into more of. So there's going to be this theme of being in your power as well coming in this week and being felt on different levels. So before I conclude this weekly energy reading, I did pull some cards yesterday asking for any further guidance, clarification, confirmation, whatever we needed to know. So I got these two cards I want to share with you, and this one is Shiva. I'm like, which one is it? And this is a take a step back card. So the Shiva card says inner power, divine father, and then take a step back is, walking away from things not serving you. So again, that is confirmation of really being in your power on greater levels. So when it comes to your intentions for the month, because you still have to set those personal intentions for what you want to create in your life. This is how you deliberately, intentionally move your life in the direction you want it to go in. So and your spiritual intentions that they suggested. So in regards to these intentions that you're setting for this week, like, where do you need to be more in your power in regards to those intentions to actually bring them about? Okay. And being in your power can mean different things. It can be being in your power by taking action to move yourself forward in the direction of those things, to bring them about, right? Because we do have to take a certain level of action. We're physical beings, but it could be being in your power in terms of believing in yourself or knowing who you truly are, or being in your power around maybe things that you've been working on. Loving yourself more, accepting yourself, owning your worth more, whatever it is, setting boundaries, whatever it is. So based on what you're wanting to create this month and beyond, the things that you're setting intentions for, what do you need to do differently to be more in your power around those things so that you can be the powerful, confident person that you need to be to bring those results about, to manifest those things, to bring yourself into alignment with those things, because you have to be in your power around those things, right? So maybe it's believing that those things are possible. Maybe it's taking action on those things and moving yourself forward, even if you're stepping into the unknown or the uncertainty, or you're making an investment or whatever it is. So just see where you need to be more in your power in order to create the things that you want in life, and take a step back, like walk away. Do you see her? She's like about to jump off the cliff, and she's turning around. And that means, for me, how I see it is, you know, let's imagine you're going up to the edge of a cliff and you're looking down and it's scaring the crap out of you because you're like, crap, I'm gonna die, you know, and all this fear comes up. You gotta step away from the fear. You got to walk away from it, turn around, align yourself with your true divinity, your true power. I feel like that's what this card is really all about, that you truly can create this. Come back to the truth of who you are and walk away from whatever is keeping you out of alignment with your truth, right? So notice that as you, and also I feel like I need to speak to the fact that it's really interesting, because yesterday I was having the Q&A call with my people that are my Discover Your Soul's Purpose course or program. We're calling it a program now. But it's really interesting how yesterday I was giving them this whole spiel on developing spiritually, and this is the theme of this week's intentions, and October as well, the October energy as well is going to bring up a lot of this spiritual growth and stuff. So we're being asked to set intentions for spiritual growth and development for a reason. We need to really more powerfully align with who we truly are, which means we need to walk away from the fear. We need to walk away from the ego that fills us with doubt and unworthiness and insecurity and whatever other stuff. We need to walk away from that, and we need to align more with our spiritual truth, right? And so when you have this clarity around what you want to achieve this month in terms of your spiritual growth, in terms of your spiritual beliefs, you know, your spiritual development in general, you got to recognize how, like, when the fear comes up, I don't know what's going on outside this house. Motorcycles in Peru are really loud. Anyway, you got to walk away from whatever fears come up, okay? Walk away from that stuff. Stop feeding into that. Stop allowing yourself to be driven by that, and choose to align yourself with your intentions that you have this month around your spirituality. Align yourself with that. Come back to your truth. Come back to your true power again and again, to the best of your ability, one step at a time. Okay? And then I got two other cards from my other deck. These two cards, this is Goddess Isis and Freya. And Freya is phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Within every ending, illusions are being revealed and released. And Isis is magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. It's really loud motorcycles. And so someone needs to invent something to make motorcycles quiet. That is what I'm working on manifesting here. But yeah, I feel like the Freya card, again, this all has to do with magic. October is a magical month. It's a month to really connect to the spirit realm more powerfully. But this is about, you know, closing certain cycles that we have. Oh, don't we have like a full moon, or didn't we have like a full moon? Or we're gonna have a full moon? I don't know, but there's like some full moon happening this week, I think. So there's a full moon here as well. But yeah, it's time to like, you know, release the illusions, like release those fears that we're buying into. Those are the illusions. We got to release that. We got to close the chapter on that. We got to, you know, allow ourselves to really see and step into our true divinity, our true divine power, right? And shift into that. And so that is part of, you know, what this week is going to support us with as we embrace the transformations, as we embrace this greater self-love and acceptance, as we embrace more of our spirituality, or we step into that more powerfully, we set intentions around that. And so, you know, all of this that we're working on this week, greater self-love, transformation, aligning with our spiritual truths, walking away from the fear, coming back to who we truly are, all of that's going to allow for us to manifest some amazing things, right? It's all part of the process. You have to, especially if you want to do like really amazing things. I really feel like there are no impossible dreams out there. We can truly bring about our dreams if it's truly for our highest good. Like, even the impossible can be possible if it's truly for our highest good and the highest good of all. However, in order to do this impossible or seemingly impossible, we have to come back to our truth. And that's the journey that we're all on at this time, is gradually coming back to greater and greater levels and understandings of who we truly are, and to really understand limits, but the limits that we put on ourselves, and that we're being divinely guided and loved and supported, and it's all working out. And so we have to really allow ourselves to go on this journey of just embracing our divinity and coming back to this truth to be able to manifest this magic, right? So also, I feel like this card is also about like, for the spiritual intentions or whatever intentions you set this month, especially, like that's where you're going to start manifesting some amazing things. But you got to set those intentions. It's really important, okay? It's part of the process of manifestation. So as you set these intentions and start allowing yourself to step into this, by stepping into your power, by letting go of the ego and all this other stuff, you're going to start seeing your things coming into fruition, okay? So I feel like that's the message for this week. I really hope that this has helped you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up, like wherever you're watching from. Let me know in the comments below how today's reading resonated with you today. As I said, I will be uploading the October energy reading tomorrow to my YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification button, and change your settings to all so that you always catch those notifications from my channel, because I do upload videos as well on Thursdays and Saturdays. I bring forward teachings. If you have not yet seen my teachings last week, they were bomb. They were amazing. You need to go watch them. I did a video on the importance of highly conscious entrepreneurship, or you could say highly conscious spiritual entrepreneurship, you know, but highly conscious entrepreneurship. So I will put up the cards up here somewhere. I don't know where to point because I always point in the wrong direction. I still can't get it. And so you can check that out. It's a very important message. And then I also did a very powerful video on owning or reclaiming your worth, or owning your worth as an empath, something like that. I can't remember the title, but it will be up here somewhere as well for you to check out so that you can watch that. So I do videos on Thursdays and Saturdays as well for you to watch and to support you with your spiritual awakening, empowerment, healing, ascension process, your entrepreneurial endeavors. And also, I also want to let you know that if you want to stay in touch with me, you can hang out with me on Instagram or Facebook. The links to my social media are in the description of this video. You can come and join me in my Facebook community as well. It's a very beautiful, loving community of amazing spiritual peeps. Links to that are in the description of this video. So that's basically it. If you want to work with me on some level, feel free to reach out to me via social media, and let's see how we can, you know, support you with whatever it is that you're going on or going through at this current stage of your life, and what you're really needing for your highest good at this time. because I only work with people depending on whether it's truly in alignment and whether they're ready to handle the intensity of the work that I do, because it is deep healing work. So yeah, that's basically it. So thank you so much for your time. If you know of anyone who could benefit from this video, definitely be sure to share this video out with them. I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the October energy reading tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye.